Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you how you can make your car smarter. So basically what I've done is I've connected up the Amazon Echo Dot into it, connected it up to the Wi-Fi hotspot on a mobile cell phone, and now I can play whatever I want, let it read me a book, ask it any question in my car when I'm driving around a place. So I'm going to show you it working to begin with, and then if you're interested in it, then I will do how I've set it up at the end of the video. So here we go. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:19 p.m.
Alexa, what's the weather like in Watford?
In Woodford, Hertfordshire, it's 13 degrees with cloudy skies. Tonight, you can expect lots of clouds with showers, with a low of 6 degrees.
Alexa, play Für Elise by Beethoven.
For Elise, by Evelyn Dulboer and Ludwig van Beethoven.
Alexa, fast forward. Alexa, volume 5. Alexa, volume 10. And obviously you can control it via the car speakers as well. Alexa, play Ed Sheeran Galway Girl on Spotify.
Galway Girl by Ed Sheeran from Spotify.
She played the fiddle in
Alexa, 5. Alexa, volume 5.
I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street, right side of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, play some 80s music. Alexa, play some...
Station for 80s music. All 80s.
Alexa, next track. Alexa, volume 7. Alexa, stop. Alexa, read The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Reading from Kindle. He didn't say any more, but we've always been unusually communicative in a reserved way, and I understood that he meant...
Now, if you had Audible, it would sound a lot better. This is just a normal Kindle book that Alexa's reading to me, so it doesn't have as much expression as it would do if it was reading from Audible, but I haven't got the Audible account, so that's why I've done this.
Detect and attach itself to this quality when it appears in a normal person.
Alexa, set a timer for 15 seconds.
15 seconds, starting now. Now that in college I was unjustly accused of being a politician, preoccupation, or a hostile levity.
Right, there goes the timer. Alexa, stop timer.
Sign that an intimate revelation was quivering on the horizon. For the intimate revelations of young
and you can play radio stations from anywhere around the world, so I'm just going to play some UK ones to begin with, and then I'll try an American one, but I don't really know many stations from around the world. So, Alexa, play Absolute Radio on TuneIn.
Absolute Radio from TuneIn.
Visit over 270 British destinations.
Alexa, play BBC Radio 1 on TuneIn.
BBC Radio 1 from TuneIn.
Alexa, stop. Right, let's try, I'm just gonna guess a New York station. Alexa, play Radio 1 New York on TuneIn.
BBC Radio 1 from TuneIn.
PYT is the track.
Alexa, play Radio 1 New York on TuneIn.
Radio 1 New York on TuneIn.
Oh, there we go, there is something that exists. Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, stop. Alexa, Wikipedia Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz is a global automobile manufacturer and a division of the German company Daimler AG. You can ask me to read more from Wikipedia.
Alexa, read more from Wikipedia.
Okay. The brand is known for luxury vehicles, buses, coaches, and trucks. The headquarters is in Stuttgart, Baden-Württemberg.
Alexa,
It first
stop.
appeared in 1926 under Daimler-Benz.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, how old is Donald Trump? Alexa, how old is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump is 70 years old.
Alexa, where was he born?
Donald Trump was born in Queens.
Right, so there you go. That's an example of different things you can do with Alexa in your car. Right, okay, so I've pulled over now. Now, the reason it didn't hear me every single time and the reason I had to shout at it is because at the moment I've got it all tucked away in here. Obviously, if the Echo Dot was out, then it would be a lot clearer. But I don't really want it on display. So here it is here. So, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:30 p.m.
And the reason it's coming out of my car speakers is because I've connected up the aux lead. So on the Echo Dot, it has a separate lead that you can, it's got a separate 3.5mm jack that you can connect up external speakers to. So all I've done is I've put it to my aux in on the car, and lots of cars have aux in. I haven't yet tried Bluetooth. I might well try that and add that into the video to see if it works or not. And then to get it the internet signal, I've connected it up to this, my wife's Wi-Fi hotspot. So basically on this phone here I have 4 GB of data a month included, and you can see here tethering or hotspot active, and there's 1 connected, 0 blocked. So that's what gives it the signal. Obviously, if you don't have an internet signal when you're driving around the place, this is not going to work, and then it's going to have to reconnect up again. What I would say is, obviously, when you're listening to normal music radio stations on your car, then it's not costing you anything because it's just picking up the radio signals. But when you're doing it via the internet, which you are here, then it is going to use mobile data. So if you haven't got much data on your plan, if you've only got 500 megabytes, keep a real close eye on it, because although it's not going to use as much as when you're streaming YouTube videos, you're still going to eat up the data. So nice and straightforward. In this car here, I've just got the 1 USB port. So what I've done is I've just used a little USB hub. These hubs cost £1. You can even buy them in the pound shop. And then I've got 1 USB cable out to my mobile phone, just purely to charge it while I'm driving, because otherwise you can see the little symbol there, 62%. There's a little charging symbol there. Otherwise, what's going to happen is, using the hotspot and stuff, it is going to wear your battery out much quicker than when your phone's just on standby. So you don't want to get to your destination and realise that your mobile phone's dead. So basically, I've connected up one to power the phone and the other one to power the Echo Dot. And then yeah, so then you need to connect up you need to connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot, but you will need another phone to do that because you need the Alexa app. So if you're using the Alexa app on one particular phone, it needs to connect via Wi-Fi to the Echo Dot, and then at the same time you need to pick up the hotspot network, so you won't be able to do it from one phone. So basically, this is my wife's phone, hence the reason it's pink, and I've got the Alexa app on this phone here. But I will talk you through step by step how to do that, and you can keep watching the video if you're interested in that, how that actually works. Right, now when you get back into the car to set it up again, it really is straightforward. All you've got to do is get your phone, and you just need to turn on the Wi-Fi hotspot again, and then this will automatically connect to it. Again, you don't have to do this, but I like to keep it on charge when I do it. So now I need to give it power, so all I do is turn the engine on, or the ignition on if you're just going to be staying still for a while. Turn the radio on, and now give that about a minute, and it will just connect itself back up again. Oh, there we go, you can hear the chime at the beginning there. So that's it, it should be connected up now. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:48 p.m.
Right, and if you find that you've got it on full, so for example, Alexa, volume 10. Now, if you find it's still not loud enough, check out your car. On this particular car, I can go across to volume, and then I can put it to boost. So at the moment, by default, it's going to be on standard. If you find that it's still a bit quiet, you can just pop it onto boost. So now we're ready to go again. Alexa, play Katy Perry.
Here's a station you might like. Bruno Mars.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, play Katy Perry on Spotify.
Playing songs by Katy Perry from Spotify.
Alexa, stop. Now, it does use your mobile phone connection, so you've got to check out your data plan. If you're unlimited, perfect. If you've got a good amount of gigabytes per month, then you're going to be fine. Roughly speaking, I mean, you'll have to check these figures yourself, but roughly speaking, you're going to be using between 50 and 100 megabytes per hour when you're using this setup. So if you've only got a 500 megabyte plan, then you're going to use that up pretty quickly. On this particular phone here, on my wife's phone, she's got 4 gigabytes. So as you can see, that's going to be a lot of hours, because if you're averaging between 50 and 100 megabytes and there's 1,000 megabytes in 1 gigabyte, then that's quite a lot of hours to use up. But obviously if you're using it every single day, day in, day out, on the commute to work and the commute back, then you will go through that, but you'll have to keep an eye on that yourself. Right, okay, so this is what you need. Obviously you need your Echo Dot. You're going to need 2 phones, one to do the Wi-Fi hotspot and another phone with the Alexa app on, because you need to connect via Wi-Fi to the Echo Dot. Then you need to connect to an internet connection, so that's why we need the 2 phones. Now with my car, I've only got the one USB port, so what I'm using is this little hub, USB hub. So I'm going to plug this into the car, and this will allow other things to be plugged into it. So I'm going to be plugging in the Echo Dot into one of them and the phone with the Wi-Fi hotspot into the other one. Otherwise we're going to run out of battery on the phone. I need a little aux lead to go from the Echo Dot into the car. I might try to see if Bluetooth can work later on in the video, but I'm going to get it set up on aux to begin with, because I know that aux works. And obviously then you need 2 cables. You need the USB to micro USB to power the Echo Dot, and a USB to micro USB to power the phone, or whatever your phone takes, whether it's a USB-C or whether it's an Apple Lightning connector. Right, so okay, let's get it plugged in to begin with, so we've got power going to it. So I'm going to plug in one lead into here and another lead into here. I'm going to plug one lead into the phone, so it's charging up while we're driving around, and the other long lead into the Echo Dot. Now I am going to be tucking them away in here, but if you find that you've got audio problems, like it can't hear you, then you're going to have to leave this out somewhere, but I don't really want this on display. And I'm also going to plug in I'm not going to plug in the aux lead yet, because I want to be able to hear what the Echo Dot's saying. So if you have a look down in there, it's very dark, but basically I've got a USB port here and I've got a 3.5mm jack here. So I'm just going to plug in the USB hub into the USB port to begin with, like so. And I'm going to worry about the aux port in a minute. I'm keeping it all out just so I can set it up. Now I'm just going to turn my ignition on and turn the radio on as well. Okay, just turn that down. Right, let's just see if we've got power going to this. If we have a look at the phone, you can see that it is charging up there. Now, because I've got the little charging symbol. Now the Echo Dot is starting to liven up. It is going to take a while to liven up. So what I'm going to do is get the app open on this other phone, the Alexa app open. So I'm going to tap on the Alexa app. And it's going to open it up. Right, I'm going to go down to settings. And I'm going to go to Mrs. Echo Dot offline. And I'm going to go to update Wi-Fi. Right, it says here, press action button for 5 seconds. So this is the action button here. So I'm going to press and hold this down for 5 seconds. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now this is going to take quite some time, so I'm just going to fast forward through the video. Right, now you can see it's gone to orange.
Now in setup mode. Follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
Right, okay, so it's gone to orange and it's told us to follow the instructions here. So I'm going to go to continue, and it's attempting to connect to Echo Dot.
You've connected to Echo Dot. Go ahead and finish the setup in your Alexa app.
Right, okay, so it's connected up there. The first time I did it, it didn't connect up. I had to actually go into the wireless settings to do it. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I did that. I went to settings, and then I went to Wi-Fi, and then all I did is I just tapped on where it says Amazon One EC. But it told me to do that. So the first time when it didn't connect, it told me to do that. So I'm just going to go out of that now and back into the Alexa app. Right, now before we go any further, I'm going to set up the Wi-Fi hotspot, because when I go on to the next page, it's going to start scanning for networks. So Wi-Fi hotspot, again, if you're not sure how to do this, I've done a video on this already, or just look on Google. But we go to settings, and we're going to go to more under where it says wireless and networks. We go to more, and I'm going to go to where it says tethering and portable hotspot. And now it says Wi-Fi hotspot up here, so I'm just going to tap that. And at the moment it says off, so I'm just going to keep it on. If you go to set up Wi-Fi hotspot, right, so if I was just to tap on show password, the password will no longer be blanked out, and then you will just write that down on a bit of paper, or you can just leave it showing the password when we go onto the Alexa app. So I'm just going to put that down to one side. What you will have to note is the network name. On this particular phone, it's Vodafone VFD 700. So that's going to be the network that we're going to click on. Okay, so now we've got the Wi-Fi hotspot set up over there. So we now go to continue, and we're going to have to look for our network, which was VFD 700. If you have a look at it here, it says VFD 700. So I'm going to tap on that network. And now it's going to ask me for my password. So I'm just going to put the password in now. I'm not going to show it on the camera. Right, so I put the password in. And now I've gone to the next screen, and it's saying preparing your Echo Dot. So at the moment it's trying now to connect up to the Wi-Fi hotspot from this pink phone over here. It's just saying this may take a few minutes preparing your Echo Dot. I'll be fast forwarding through this.
Your Echo Dot is ready.
Right, okay, so it looks like now we're connected up. So before we actually connect it to the car, let's just see if it's working. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:16 p.m.
And it says here, setup complete. Echo Dot is now connected to Wi-Fi. So we can get rid of the app now. We're done with that. So now we're finished with this phone here. This was purely to set it up. Right, so as you heard there, it knows the time and stuff, so we're connected to the internet. Now what we have to do is actually get it connected to the car. So I'm just going to turn this phone off here. It's still working on the Wi-Fi hotspot. That little light's on, so it's still actually connected up. Now this is where we're going to use the aux. It might be possible to do this via Bluetooth. I might try that later in the video, but it's just so simple to use an aux cable. This is a 3.5mm to 3.5mm cable, and I'm going to plug one end into there, and then I'm plugging the other end, if you have a look down here, just into the little aux jack just here. So there we go. So now I've done the cable side of things, but what I need to do is I need to tell the car to look for the aux. So right now I'm going to go up to audio, and it's obviously going to be different depending on the car, but on the Mercedes you just use this little turn wheel here, and if you have a look down, I've got the option to do Bluetooth, USB, disc or aux. Yeah, so that just means auxiliary input. So I'm going to click OK. Now that should now be working through the car, so let's just try that. Alexa, what time is it? Right, I've got the volume turned down from earlier, so let's try it now. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:18 p.m.
And now that's coming through the speakers. So let me just ask it what the weather's like, and then I'll show you it working here on the speakers. Alexa, what's the weather like in London?
Right now in London, it's 15 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast
So you
has
can
lots
control
of
your
clouds
volume
and
by
showers,
there.
with a low of 6 degrees.
Alexa, stop. Or you can obviously control the volume by Alexa. So Alexa, volume 10. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:18
So
p.m.
we can have that really loud now, and we can control it now from here. So Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:19 p.m.
Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:19 p.m.
There you go, so you can control the voice from there. So as you can see, it's quite easy to set up, and then I can just throw everything back in here. Let me put the mobile phone down first. If you're having trouble with the audio, with the microphones recognising you, because if you're on a very noisy road, then obviously you could leave this out. You might want to site this somewhere else, but as you've seen earlier, for me it does appear to work okay when it's just all thrown in here. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to see if I can actually connect it up via Bluetooth rather than using the aux. Right, okay, I'm going to try and connect up via Bluetooth now. It's much easier to do it with the aux cable, but your car may not have an aux input, in which case then it might be Bluetooth only. So I'm just going to see if it does work. So I'm going to go to audio, I'm going to go down to Bluetooth audio, and now I'm going to go to Bluetooth audio there. Bluetooth audio device list. It's going to be different on every car, but let's try it on this one here. So I'm going to press update in a minute, but I'm just going to get Alexa to start searching for a new Bluetooth device. So Alexa, search for a Bluetooth device. I'm just going to go to update now, and hopefully it will come up. And if it doesn't, what I'll do is I'll unplug the aux lead from Alexa so the speaker's working again, because at the moment it's still connected to the car. Well, there we go, it does say there Echo Dot. So I'm going to press OK and let's see what happens. Right, it says authorization failed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug the aux cable just to see. So now I've just got the USB. So we'll try again.
Your mobile device wasn't paired. In your Bluetooth settings, first forget your Amazon Echo Dot and then try pairing again.
Right, I'm struggling to get it connected via Bluetooth. It keeps saying authorization failed, although it does recognise it here. It says MB for Mercedes-Benz Bluetooth. Every time I click on it, it just whirs around and then it will say device failed. If I click OK here, it does come up again with Echo Dot.
Wasn't paired. Your mobile device wasn't paired. In your Bluetooth settings, first forget your Amazon Echo Dot and then try pairing again.
Yes, I'm having real trouble doing it with the Bluetooth, so I'm just going to go back to the aux. Right, so we're just going to go back to the aux lead because it just works and it's much easier. And now I've just got to select it again on here. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:36 p.m.
Right, so there we go. So that's how to set it up. As you can see, it is kind of straightforward, and then when you go back into the car, it's nice and easy again. You just turn on your Wi-Fi hotspot and it will just connect up to it automatically. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care, bye now.